An exploding star 65 light-years from Earth may have triggered a mass extinction. Life wasn't trying, but it wasn't working out. As the late Devonian period dragged on, more and more living things died out, accumulating in one of the greatest mass extinction events our planet has ever witnessed approximately 359 million years ago. The culprit responsible for so much death may not have been local, scientists now say. In fact, it may not even come from our solar system. Rather, a new study led by astrophysicist Brian Fields from the University of Illinois Urbana campaign suggests this great extinguisher of life on Earth could have been a distant and completely foreign phenomenon. A dying star exploding far across the galaxy, many light years away from our own remote planet. Sometimes, mass die-offs, like the late Devonian extinction, are thought to be triggered by exclusively terrestrial causes. A devastating volcanic eruption, for instance, which chokes the planet into lifelessness, or maybe it could be a deadly visitor barging in from out of town, an asteroid collision, like the kind that took out the dinosaurs. Death from space, however, could ultimately come far more remote places. The overreaching message of our study is that life on Earth does not exist in isolation, Fields said. We are citizens of a larger cosmos, and the cosmos intervenes in our lives, often imperceptibly, but sometimes ferociously. In their new work, Fields and his team explore the possibility that the dramatic decline in ozone levels coinciding with the late Devonian extinction might not have been a result of volcanism or an episode of global warming. Instead, they suggest it's possible the biodiversity crisis exposed in the geological record could have been caused by an astrophysical source, speculating that the radiation effects from a supernova or multiples approximately 65 light years from the Earth may have been what depleted our planet's ozone to such disastrous effects. It may be the first time such an explanation has been put forward for the late Devonian extinction, but scientists have long considered the potentially deadly repercussions of near-Earth supernovas in this kind of context. Speculation that supernovas could trigger mass extinctions date back to the 1950s. In more recent times, researchers have debated the estimated kill distance of these explosive events, with estimates ranging from between 25 to 50 million light years. And their new estimates through Fields and his co-authors propose the exploding stars from Earth, or from even farther away, could have harmful effects on life on Earth through a possible combination of both instantaneous and long-lived effects. Supernovae, SNE, are prompt sources of ionizing protons, extreme UV, X-rays, and gamma rays, the researchers explained in their paper. Over longer timescales, the blast collides with surrounding gases, form a shock that drives particle acceleration, and this way SNE produce cosmic rays that is atomic nuclei accelerated to high energies. These charged particles are magnetically confined inside the SN remnant and are expected to bathe Earth for 100 KY, approximately 100,000 years. These cosmic rays, the researchers argue, could be strong enough to deplete the ozone layer and cause lasting radiation damage to life forms inside Earth's biosphere, which roughly parallels evidence of both loss of diversity and deformations in ancient planet spores found in the deep rocks of the Devonian carbon-fired boundaries, laid approximately 359 million years ago. Of course, it's just a hypothesis for now. At present, we don't have any evidence that can confirm a distant supernova was the cause of the late Devonian extinction, but we might be able to find something almost as good as proof. In recent years, scientists examined the prospect of near-Earth supernovas as a base for mass extinction have been looking for traces of ancient radioactive isotopes that could only have been deposited on Earth via exploding stars. One isotope in particular, iron-60, has been the focus for much research and has been found in numerous locations on Earth. In the context of the late Devonian extinction, though the isotopes would be strongly indicative of the extinction by supernova hypothesis put forward by Fields and his team, plutonium-244 and samarium-146. Neither of these isotopes occur naturally on Earth today, and the only way that they could have got here was via cosmic explosions, explains co-author and astronomy student Zhiganai Louis from University of Illinois' Ubram campaign. In other words, if plutonium-244 and samarium-146 can be found buried in the Devonian carbon-furious boundaries, the researchers say will basically have the smoking gun interstellar evidence that firmly implicates a dying star as a trigger behind one of the world's worst ever die-offs. And we'll never look up at the skies in quite the same way.